It's hard to find a good sandwich sometimes, and growing up on the East Coast, there's a lot of good bread, and there's a lot of good cold cuts, and there's some pretty good cheese. And I think over the years, they've been able to dial in what a good sandwich is. And this is my favorite sandwich in LA at the moment. I'm not saying it's forever, it can't be beat, but as you can see, the crisp and the flake, see that? But soft. It's dripping but not drenched in oil, vinegar, mayo, mustard. You can see there's a pretty intense pickle pepper action happening. Good amount of lettuce. And then the meats, the cold cuts, the sopressata, I don't think there's prosciutto in there, some ham.
It's like a full sandwich infomercial.
I had to double up on the bite because the one thing about that cut is that your first bite, you get more of the condiments, the vegetables, and I didn't get much of the meat. That bread's just got that crunch on the forefront, and then softens up as you're chewing. It's just something about they figured out how to spice this thing and how to dress this thing. It's never dry, it's never wet, it's perfectly in the middle, and the cold cuts have some zip to them. Oh, are you such a good girl? Dolly, you wanna go on a walk? Come on. I started making Grady Strange music pretty much right when I moved to LA. So end of 2018 or mid 2018. And I was like nervous to record myself and kind of start on my own. And then I found an awesome 4-track machine at a garage sale. Hi, how are you? Good to see you. It's a 4-track that belonged to Hilly Crystal, who was the founder and owner of CBGB's. It's got some punk rock history that I'm trying to suck out of it. The song I'm Not Your Man was like the first solo exploration. I was here, but I didn't live here yet, and I locked myself in Mackenzie's old band's practice space, and I just spent like the whole summer like tinkering with that machine and on GarageBand and trying to figure out how to do it. Getting Stranger, I played and recorded everything myself, except Mackenzie sang on it and played some saxophone, I think, and I'm just slowly figuring out what is great to do on my own and where I could like let in other friends and just make it a better thing in general. I don't know where her poop went. Did she even poop? I think the more I do it on my own too, the more I know who I am and what my voice is, and the more that I trust that I can take that to other studios or other places and that I won't lose that. I did this last album with more people involved, and then I want to do the next one at a different studio with different tape machines, with different people involved. I think my inspirations are constantly changing. The last year or two I was really excited by and like kind of rediscovered my love for post-punk and wacky. Like I've always loved Devo and B-52s, and I love like how eccentric it is and how you can hear their personality in it and how it's not taking itself seriously and it's fun, and you like don't need to be at a live show to see how like wild it is. This is such a mystery. Oh, there it is. And I think it takes down a barrier between the band and the listener too, because there's like, they're fucking around and they're fucking up and there's like all these wacky instruments, and it's more of like a abstract, just like thing of sound with different crazy sections rather than like, here's my structured songwriting with my perfect melodies and harmonies and parts. I think I got really attracted to that, like talking over stuff, like Talking Heads, and I guess current bands would be more similar to like Parquet Courts, or there's a lot of bands like that in LA that I'm inspired by. But yeah, so I think my last 2 years I was listening to a lot of that, so my album that's gonna come out next is more like energetic, fast paced, and I'm talking a lot.
I'm all alone, perpetually riding home.